How are you guys doing? Okay. We're just waiting a few minutes until Marion comes in. And I was gonna play this song for you guys. It's really pretty. The angels are listening. And I'm just gonna wait here until some people come. God is listening. Not sure if anyone's in here yet. The angels are listening. I don't think anyone's on the live feed yet. Let me check. Hi, Cindy. How are you? We're listening to a song. It's called The Angels Are Listening. Hey! Okay, I'm gonna bring you on camera now. Hey! How's it going?
Oh wait, let me move myself. Hey Cindy!
How are you?
Let me.
My phone's falling. Okay.
Oh my god, okay, let me put that on. Let me.
Do you like the song?
How is everyone? Yes,
Doing
it's so pretty.
I thought I had my
Awesome
phone
song.
situated. It doesn't want to stay.
I'm gonna try to see if I can plug in my headphones, see if that worked or not. But oh wow, so this is a good test. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can I move my square? Am I able to move my square?
I think so.
Like,
I'm not sure.
okay, because like it's on your face, so I feel so bad. Like, yeah.
I know.
Cindy,
It's like
how are
on my
you?
face. I'm like, ugh. Okay. I can like scoot over a little bit.
There you go. See, I'm giving some love here. Spread the love, guys.
Yay! I love the little hearts that come.
I know, right? Doesn't it make you just feel like so special?
Yay!
It is
Hearts, hearts,
a.
hearts.
I know, heart. I want to give you an angry one. I don't know if anyone has ever given an angry, like, I'm so angry. So it is a beautiful Friday night. Oh my god. The weekend just flew on in.
It did. It really did.
It literally did. You get it? Flew on in like an angel.
That's true.
That's true. Oh my god. So, what time is it? What time is it? It's 10:12. Let's like wait like 3 more minutes.
We missed 11:11 my time. It was almost it's 11:12 right now. But
I know, I'm so sorry.
so the angels are with us right now.
Yes, they are. Like this time of night is like usually I like to do it at night, like you'd like to do it at night because everything's a bit more like hushed, like in the world, a little bit slowing down. So it's like
Yes.
right? For real. Let me just put these headphones on really quick. Just put that down. Look at my not so awesome ceiling. Cindy, it's only 8 o'clock over there. Oh my goodness.
God.
You're lucky though.
Oh, I have my little like pyramid thing next to me. It's pretty. I have my little crystal pyramid. It's so awesome. And then look at the bottom of it. It has this like really cool pattern on it. It's so awesome. Pattern on it. Hold on, the sound is like glitching. Okay. See my pyramid that I have? I was just showing off the pyramid.
It's
And I have the little thing on the bottom of it. It's so
Oh my
cool.
god, an energy grid. It's like a miniature energy grid, literally.
It is. It actually has a lot of really powerful energy. I don't know if you guys can
It's
see.
like,
Yeah.
I ever like seen the energy bunny?
Uh-huh.
And it's like you just feel all the energy, like you connecting to a battery, like ah.
Oh, cool.
Right, and it is a beautiful stone. Like, oh my gosh, I wish I had one. I actually had my other one. It's my chakra set, but it's in my living room,
Mm.
being bad. It's in
I have
punishment.
this. It's my little chakra necklace.
Oh, oh, it's so pretty. I have my grounding stone on.
Nice.
I know. We can start off with that. So we'll start off with the energy. So it's Friday. It's 10 o'clock my time here in Texas. It is
11.
10
11:14.
o'clock over there. In Penn State. I like to call it Penn State.
Pennsylvania. That's
Pennsylvania.
the college in Pennsylvania.
Oh, sorry. I like to call it Penn. I don't know why. You go to Penn? Oh, cool. You live in Penn. Yeah. Sorry, that's how like lazy we can get.
That's funny.
So we can start off with the energy, though. The energy this morning was crazy. It was like, ugh, it was really, really intense.
It's been really like roller coastery. I guess like I'll talk a little bit about like what the messages I'm getting. Like I'm getting some messages about this is a period of extreme vulnerability right now. So what we're dealing with
Yes.
is we're having to like heal all of these. We're stepping into our light. And like when we step into our power, all of these old fears and old patterns and programs are coming up. And it's essentially it sounds really funny, but it's essentially like stepping out and being naked. It's like the extreme like vulnerability.
Yeah.
As you're just like you're like, I'm here, this is who I am, and like it can be just, you think like stepping into your light is going to be this magical thing, but it can be very scary sometimes. So I think a lot of people are
Definitely.
feeling this in so many different ways. It's a lot of shadow work too. We're just dealing with all our insecurities and feeling like our insecurities and stuff are really holding us back from really being who we really are and shining our light. So yeah, like I think that the best way to kind of handle that is to really just start stepping into that light, even if you're afraid, because this message that's in this song right now is perfect.
It is a beautiful song. It really, really is. Like stepping into your light is probably one of the hardest things because it's kind of like the cocoon. It's like the butterfly transformation. Is really hard, and it's really great. Actually, a great way to get into actually talking about the ego and shadow work. Like everyone is a bright and beautiful light when you're born. Like you're not born a bad person. You're not born a goody two shoes. You're born a clean slate. And like whatever was around you, that kind of affects the way you kind of evolve in life. So the old belief systems. Oh, I got an angel message right now. Later, guys. Oh, they want to talk. But like what you were saying, Laura, yes, stepping into your light is not a pretty thing because like butterflies, they were saying, proven by scientists, that there is blood sometimes still left over on the wings of a butterfly because literally it's really gross, but their body parts just literally mold into one, and like they see that and they feel that, and it's a very nasty way to think about it, but it's shadow, it's painful. It's overcoming the ugliness, the negativity within ourselves, that we try to live like a perfect life, like everything's fine, I got this. And you can see if a person has a high ego, they're like, no, you're doing this wrong, I'm better than you. That's the high ego that I call it, which is the most dangerous. That leads to like narcissists and everything like that. And the ego that we struggle most commonly with is the low ego, the low self-esteem. Like, I can't do this. I'll never achieve this in life. I'm just like, oh my God, look at my face. It's horrible.
Right, exactly. And
So, yes, being vulnerable.
it's so hard to really step into like that vulnerability sometimes. It's essentially
Mhm.
just being okay and accepting yourself for who you are, and all your
Mhm.
flaws too. Like remembering that nobody's perfect, and
Mhm.
that even when you mess up or you think that you're doing something wrong, that it's okay because we're all humans and we all mess up sometimes. Um,
Exactly.
so so yeah, it's just, it's just like taking that time and just remembering that we are the light. Like, the more that we
Mhm.
shine, the world right now, I just feel like the world right now just needs so much more light. There's so much negativity in this world right now, and it's just so hard to like step into our light sometimes because that that negativity really can block us and can make us
Right.
feel so stuck and feel so depressed and
Yes. Oh my God.
yeah, and it's just, we have to remember that we live in a duality thought form. Like this world right now is
Mhm.
duality, and we have to take the dark with the light because you can't have one without the
Exactly.
other. And that when we are facing our shadows, to be okay, to be gentle with yourself and to say it's okay for me to be feeling this way because especially
Mhm.
as us empaths, we're picking up so,
Mhm.
so much from negativity from the world right now. And it's just,
Right.
it's overwhelming us so much because
It
we came
is.
here to help. We really want to help the world. We want to change the world. We want to
Mhm.
make a difference. And I just feel like, it's hard for us to really step into that light sometimes because of all the like
Mhm.
negativity that we see.
No, girl, you're like totally right. It's like has anyone seen the Never Ending Story? It's the saddest part. It's from the whole movie, and it's the boy with the white horse,
Yeah, I love that movie.
and they're in the bog, like, and they're trying to pull out the horse, and it's so sad because the horse like gets sucked into like the swamp of mud, and
Hmm.
that literally represents the ego, and the white horse is literally your light,
It's just
and
it's
it just
purity. It's
yeah, it's like parity just sucked out or
like
sucked in.
what we come into this life, like who we come into it in this life is pretty much a light being, and we're
Mhm.
radiating this light to other people, but the negativity of the world can really dim our light, and we need to learn how to like kind of transmute that negativity and to not take it on personally.
Right. And it all has to do, I know one of my biggest things with ego through the teachings of Jesus, not like the Catholic teachings, but just like, I guess like A Course in Miracles teaches about forgiveness and
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
self-love. And it's more philosophy in life than the religion. Religion is like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't like humanized religion. I call it humanized because the ego's get in the way. But the
Right.
Course of Miracles is very beautiful. I know you got me into that
Yeah.
too. So yeah, thank you, Laura. So, but what I was learning through Jesus too, and talking to him and channeling him was that in order to really get to your ego, to talk to yourself, is about forgiving yourself because we hold so much guilt on little things, like even just a trip to the store, like I shouldn't have bought that. I didn't have the money for that. But like don't feel guilty for things. That's like something small, right? But then we go into relationships and I was like, I'm so stupid. I didn't know any better. Like what was I thinking? And then you hold that guilt, like I'm just damaging myself and like breaking my own heart. I'm like, whoa,
Right.
whoa, whoa. that was a learning experience. Even though you got your heart broken, you learned from it and you overcame it. So don't, we're so hard on ourselves, and we need to forgive ourselves because we always tend to forgive others, but not
Right.
ourselves.
Exactly. I think
Hmm.
that's like the main lesson is that we have to learn to forgive ourselves because we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect in this world, and it's the little things like that you
Hmm.
got really tripped up on that you're afraid to, that you can't forgive yourself on. And it's hard sometimes, but if
Hmm.
we allow that to drain us and to really affect us, then we're just doing a disservice because we're allowing that energy to drain us, to affect our own energies. So,
Right, right. Oh, I think we froze a little bit. That's probably on my end.
I'm
No,
okay
you're
right now.
good.
Yeah.
You're good now.
Um, and also, I was just reading, I I don't know if anyone here knows who Gabby Bernstein is. She's one of my favorite self-help book writers and life coaches, and I
Mhm.
actually got to talk to her on the phone the other day, which was super awesome. Um, but she wrote this book called The Judgment Detox. And in it, she talks
Ooh.
about how it's like that is a big component of forgiveness too, because the judgment detox is really talking about how much we judge other people in our lives and how much
Mhm.
we could see them judging us and then we judge them for judging us, and it's just this like vicious
Mhm.
cycle of negativity and judgment. And we judge ourselves the hardest though, and we need to
Mhm.
learn to let that go because that's I really feel that that's why a lot of people don't step into their power is because they judge themselves way too hard. I know I definitely do that a lot.
Right. No, you're so right. And this is a great leeway into like how do we tame the ego. So let's get of our viewers and our awesome so light friends. I like that. I like that title, so light friends. Some tips on how to tame our egos because believe me, I will have a bad day. Nobody's perfect. There is no such thing as a psychic or a light worker who is like a little angel. Believe me, we've had days where our tiger claws came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we
Yeah.
become teachers of the light because we both saw the dark and we still are confronted by the dark sometimes. So,
Right.
Laura, what is like your number one tip that you go to when you feel like your ego is flaring up?
Well, I would suggest tapping because
Hmm.
EFT tapping, I actually can do like a demonstration if we want in a little bit, but I'll explain like how that helps. Um,
Hmm.
so what tapping is, it's called EFT tapping, and it uses the meridian points of your body to be able to transmute the energy and kind of balance your own like frequency. So it actually helps calm down the part of your brain that is the fight or flight response and is the ego. So what the ego does is it's the voice that tells you I'm not good enough. I'm not this enough. I can never do this. I'm afraid, so I'm not going to do that. And it's all the fear, all the negativity, all the judgment.
Hmm.
So when you're tapping on it, what you do is you first start with the negative voice in your head. So it actually allows the
Hmm.
ego to speak because the ego loves to speak. It will speak to you in
Hmm.
your mind all the time, but
Yeah.
we don't usually let it have a voice because we think there's something wrong with me. I can't think this thought. This is wrong. This is
Hmm.
wrong. So we push it down and then the ego gets
Oh my
even
God.
madder and then it doesn't like that. So it keeps coming up. So the best way to actually tame and deal with the ego is to actually let it have
Hmm.
a voice. So when we're tapping, we're saying things like the things that are already in our head. It's not actually saying that they're okay to think or like that. Like it is saying that they're okay because everything that you're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to think that way. There's nothing wrong with you for thinking that way,
Right.
but it's actually transmuting it into a more loving thought. So when we
There you go.
we say, if you're dealing with like something like I'm not good enough, you say like I'm not good enough, people don't like me, like you tap on all of the thoughts that are
Mm-hmm.
already in your head, but then you transmute it into maybe I can heal this. Maybe I am good enough. And then you start tapping through like from negative to neutral to positive. And how it works is that it starts to like give that voice to the thought so that you can actually start
Right.
being able to voice it and release it.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm like a big fan of EFT tapping too. And I was going through a really, really hard time. EFT tapping will literally save your life. And it's scientifically and medically, well, I would say medically it's getting there. But scientifically, yes, it's proven as a therapeutic technique because actually doctors are barely understanding about the medial points in the body
Mm-hmm.
and like the flow of energy, literally the chi force within the
Mm-hmm.
soul body, and that's really pretty much your emotions are energy. Even anger is a very high, it's actually a low vibrational energy, but very strong,
Right.
and
Exactly.
it can lead to a lot of actually like damage in your emotional mind. But oh my gosh, EFT tapping is amazing, and it does work, so I'm all for it.
It's also, they've actually also used it for soldiers coming back from the war, who have PTSD, and it's actually been proven to lower their stress levels. They've also used it for like they went to, I think they went to Sandy Hook, and they helped like
Oh
the
wow.
people there like to deal with their trauma and everything. So it's really good for healing
Right.
trauma and for things like that. And
Exactly.
if you want to look it up, it's called EFT tapping, and there's a website called the tappingsolution.com, and it's I can post the link below. Actually, I have my, let me see.
Hmm.
I,
Oh wait, we
I'll post
got.
it. I have my computer open, so I don't have to like. Um,
I know my site's freezing a little bit too. I have to say we're getting hit. I'm actually feeling it, like energy wise, that we're getting hit by a solar flare right now. Probably
There it
that's why the
goes.
internet's
Okay.
messing up.
How do I?
Yay, the tapping
And
solution.
then I'm gonna pin that comment. Okay. Cool.
Yay!
Yay! I never did that before. That's cool. Okay.
It's pinned. Ta-da! It
Yay.
should have like a little thing. Ta-da!
Yeah.
But no, you're so right. So that's like a fantastic number one tip to tame the ego, especially when it's like really wreaking havoc in your mind. Like OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, is
Hmm.
literally a same thought, a vicious. It's not a vicious thought. It doesn't have to be a vicious thought, but it's a worrisome thought,
Right.
and it's not about cleaning, but it's a vicious cycle because it ruins your day to day task.
Right. Exactly. And you can use this on anxiety, on depression, on like things like that, as well.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not a licensed therapist though, so I I just have
Yeah,
to
we're not therapists, but we're not certified therapists, but we do recommend trying EFT tapping as an option.
yes. But I am a life
Yes,
coach. So
there you go. Laura is a life coach.
yes.
Let's see. My second solution, I think, too, also like with taming the ego, is basically grounding yourself. So meditation,
Hmm.
which is it's different from EFT. You don't tap on your medial points, but you basically do breathing exercises. And I like your idea, Laura, about the nostrils because if you're having a full-blown panic attack, which is not very pretty, it's rapid heartbeat, sweaty palms, You feel dizzy. You feel like you might pass out at any minute. That's like stage 4 of a vicious panic attack. So
Right.
I like to work on the breathing. And I forgot, who did you get the technique from? It's like closing one nostril and
Actually,
then the other
from
one.
I do this yoga on YouTube. It's called Yoga with Adriene,
Hmm.
and that's where I learned the alternate nostril breathing, and it's actually really good. I can do it right now if you want. So what you do is you put your hand like this and like hang loose kind of thing, and then
Hmm.
you put your thumb on like the side of one of your nostrils, and then you breathe in,
Hmm.
and then you hold the breath, and then you switch fingers, and then you breathe out.
This
And then
has
you breathe
worked for
in
me, like,
through that nostril, and then you close it, and then you repeat. So you're always switching and sealing at the top of the breath when you breathe in. So, yeah, so
right. Oh,
if you continue doing that, especially when you're in like an anxiety mode or like a panic attack, it really can help.
hmm.
It's definitely something that
It
will
does.
it will help you through it. And I also recommend yoga, and especially like
Hmm.
Kundalini yoga. Hi, Josh. um, and
Oh, who's with us?
especially like Kundalini yoga. Like that's something that I've actually like recently discovered, and
Hmm.
it's all about the breath work, and it's about using the breath of fire, which is like rapidly breathing in and out of your nose, and also it you have to like hold your arms in certain positions, and there's chanting that goes along with it too. um but I've actually found that it's actually there's a kundalini yoga called the ego eradicator, and it really does,
What?
because you're holding your arms like all the way up in the air, and you're breathing in and out, and you are doing this for so long that like while you're doing it you're like, my arms are tired, but like you're just
Hmm.
so focused on what you're doing that your ego has no like room to get in, and it and
Right.
afterward you just feel so much better, and you feel so much more in your light. And there's tons and tons of Kundalini yoga stuff on YouTube as well, and I've checked it out. I actually found this one from I think it's the Satnam Festival, and I've been listening to some
Hmm.
of the chanting there. Even just listening to the chants, if you don't want to do the actual like Kundalini yoga, listening to the chants really
Hmm.
calms me down. Like I feel a lot better when I'm listening to it. That was the song that I was playing in the beginning was actually one of the chants.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Definitely. And like, let's see, music, just basically focusing within and not focusing the out. Because the ego, since we're very visual, like I believe 70% of our sensory is actually in the eye. So that's a fact.
Wow.
So basically everything we see, yeah. So everything we see, that's actually we can say we're judgmental mammals, you can say. Like
Mm-hmm.
just physically being. So that's gonna be there. But that's also for our safety. Like if we see fire, we feel fire, we kinda like see it and like our pupil will like dilate, and like, oh my god, like fear. If you like something, it kind of expands. Like, ooh, I like that. Like cake.
Yeah.
But so basically, just keeping those tips in mind is like so important, just in case if that helps you. For anyone watching or who will watch this later, you can take any of those tips, or you don't have to take any of them at all. Whatever helps you, that's more personal to you, or you feel more connected to, take those. At
Right.
least you have options.
Because like there's so many
And
different like as a life coach, I've really found that each like client is unique. and tools
Mhm.
that I give one person won't work for like another, like won't necessarily be right for another person. So, um,
Right.
there's so many different ways and things out there that you can do to really be able to help you kind of navigate these energies and be able to kind of
Mhm.
tame your ego a little bit because it's definitely a time period where our egos are really coming to the forefront and
Yeah.
we can just see that reflected in almost everything that's going on with the world too.
Exactly. There's so much, and like you were saying about being vulnerable, and like I like to take that further about being vulnerable. Is like when people say I do not like it. It's like a pet peeve of mine. When people say we have a generation of softies, and like I feel offended. Actually, no. We're coming into a new higher energy, and where we're actually more sensitive to the energies, and actually that's why we are becoming more awakened to the sensitivity. It's not that because we're more sensitive. That's impossible. You're born with all the senses. You know what I mean?
there's so many
So
good.
we're experiencing higher energies.
hmm There's like so much good that
Hmm.
comes from actually being sensitive. It's actually I call it sensitivity
Yeah.
is a superpower because we're actually able
Hmm.
to help so many things. Being sensitive and really like compassionate and understanding um the the planet right now is it's hurting with a lot of things. There's
It's hurting.
oh, there's an echo.
Oh, there's
Okay.
an
Hold on. Are you still there? Hello? I don't know if she left. I don't know if can you guys still hear me? I think Marion froze.
I am back. I think. I don't know what
There,
happened.
you're back. I don't know what happened either. I was like, I don't know. Oh no. Okay.
Like, oh
But
no.
I think that us being sensitive is actually really tuning into what's going on like with the planet itself
Hmm.
because the planet is really hurting right now and I feel like
Yeah.
those who are sensitive have such compassion for the way we have mistreated this earth. Um,
Yes, exactly.
and we want to help, but we want to a lot of the sensitive really want to help animals on this planet and to do more about that and to really help with recycling and reusing and all the using like less pesticides and GMOs in our
Hmm.
products and as we're growing more sensitive, we're getting more sensitive to products and like the things in our food. Like I actually just recently went through this huge diet change where I've literally cut out all processed food and wheat and dairy. And I think it's just because as we're like kind of moving through these frequencies, we're getting a lot more sensitive to the chemicals that are in our foods. It's just,
Yes.
it's very frustrating for those of us who are sensitive because it's almost like we have to fight to actually get healthy like food and water and like
Hmm.
things that we need that don't have all these chemicals that are in everything.
Exactly. It's like it's so difficult here, just the socio-economical statuses of everybody like we have like the higher class, the middle class, and it's just really bad. Like it does relate to spirituality of how we're evolving as humans and well, not humans, we're in a human body having a human experience,
Right.
and like our light bodies are really rejecting it. We're awake, we're feeling the sense, not the sensitivity, but we're feeling the senses, all six of them, and it's clashing with our physical body because the physical body is like, I want French fries, but oh my god, I have heartburn afterwards.
Right.
like it's really weird. And I know one of my spiritual teachers, she was saying, I know in religion, some religions are taught to fast
Hmm.
because it cleanses your body. If you have nothing in there, you're a lot of people just will just fast just because it's part of the tradition. Like, oh, I can't eat for like 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever. Actually, if you do not have any food, and please do not try this at home, do not starve yourself. But for us light workers and those who do readings, if you do not eat, you're actually more connected with the higher realms because food is energy in your core
Right.
area and it'll lower your vibration so you can't really connect. It's like putting the wrong fuel in the car. Can't go as
Well,
fast.
that's why I stick to like pretty much clean eating. I'm almost on like a paleo diet right now, which is
Mm-hmm.
essentially just like organic meats and vegetables and a lot of protein. And the thing is when you're eating more protein in your diet, you
Mm-hmm.
actually can eat less because you don't get hungry all the time like you do when you're eating a lot of carbs. And when we're not adding all the chemicals and all of the additives to the food, that's really when we start to like kind of heal our bodies from all of the like because our bodies are constantly processing all of that. Yeah, and Cindy,
Exactly.
I totally understand like having to cut out all that stuff, it's hard sometimes like to be able to it's like when you go out to a restaurant, I'd completely like understand because it's just like
Oh
I have to
Lord.
be so rigid about what I can and can't eat. And half the time I just end up eating salads a lot, which is okay because I like salads, but
I love salads.
you can only like
Salad.
salads so much sometimes. Um, but
Oh
yeah.
my God, girl, in here. Like my favorite salad, a little bit of chicken, just itty bitty.
I had this salad with goat cheese the other day and it had goat cheese and
Ooh.
like dry like cranberries on it. It was really good.
Girl, because you are like the you have the power of the ram. That's why.
Well, actually, so
I always
I
think
cut
it's
out a
a
lot of
good
dairy, but it doesn't goat cheese is actually different. It's like the way it's
thing.
processed, it's a lot different and it's easier to like digest. So, yeah.
It is. I had a sadly, well, about a year ago, I had a goat cheeseburger, and I gotta say, it was pretty good. I know I had breads and it had like really heavy meat on it, but it still had goat cheese.
Nice.
I'm getting there. I'm slowly cutting things down, but it's just so hard. It
Yeah.
really, really is hard.
I think like
It's
it's
like,
funny for me it was hard in the beginning, but then
hmm
once I cut it out for about it takes about like 2 weeks till your body
hmm
resets because you if you last like the 2 weeks, your body stops craving all of the stuff that is like junk. Because I can literally walk past a pizza shop and not want pizza, which is like crazy because before I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I want some pizza."
Yeah, me too. I noticed that. Like, I would pass. I know I don't like Chick-fil-A, what they do behind the bars. But anywho, I used to be a big fan of Chick-fil-A like a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
and then like slowly, I was like, no, I don't want burgers. I don't want the chicken burger. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, you
Right.
just start like, hey, that looks like a good salad. The inner turtle comes within. I'm kidding.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
exactly.
definitely, Cindy. Like, try to like what doctors mean, like when they say, or like in nutritionists, they say eat a lot of veggies and fruits. To be honest, the fresher it is from straight from the earth, the better it is.
Mm-hmm. And the if it doesn't have pesticides on it too.
Yeah, it has to be organic. Like for me, I do not feed my horse anything that has pesticides because the animals are even more sensitive
They are.
to the chemicals. Like for us, we have a good urinary system and a very good endocrine system. Animals have a little bit more simpler systems and they can't handle it.
Right, exactly.
So if they get in trouble, it's pretty much curtains for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, definitely. Actually, should we channel? Because I have Gabriel with me, and he's like,
Yeah,
hey.
definitely. I didn't know if
Yeah.
you wanted to do like cards at some point too, because I have my Keepers of the Light cards and I was gonna see who wants to come out too. Um, and I was gonna do some channeling.
Yay. Should we do a tag team?
Sure. Okay, so
Yeah. Okay. So
go
whoever wants to go
go first.
first.
Since you have Gabriel, let's let you go first.
Awesome. So let me channel him. For those who don't know what channeling is, I'm basically like a medium or like a vessel. So he uses his, oh, he uses his, sorry, he's trying to come in. Not yet. Okay, so he uses me and my vocal cords, which I only allow him to use my vocal cords as of now. But after that, no, he doesn't use anything else. Some other mediums and psychics actually go full body channel, which is a little bit frightening to the audience and also to the person. And it's actually kind of boring, they say, because you don't remember nothing.
Wow.
For me, I actually get to hear the message. Yeah, so I'm not ready for that. That's like, you better have good life insurance. I'm just kidding. It's jokes.
Oh my gosh.
But so I'm gonna let Gabriel come in, and if nobody knows who Gabriel is, the Archangel Gabriel from God's heavenly throne. He's been throughout Earth's history and universal. There's really no time where he comes from heaven, but he's definitely here to have some messages, and I just feel so much loving energy from him right now. Oh my god! Okay, so I'll let him take over. I'll just transfer the message to you guys. All right. All right. So actually, he's like, you go first. You don't want to. He don't want to be like all in the face. Okay. So he's actually trying to send everybody love right now. So if you put your hand on your heart, he wants to transfer energy, his energy to everybody through my little cell phone, through the internet, and into your heart. So just put your your hand right there where your heart is. And he always says, put your heart where your mouth is. He likes to say that, put your heart with your mouth, because you always want to speak from a higher place that is called love. So he says, dear light workers and mediums and all those who have come tonight and those who are viewing this live channeling throughout, the internet, he offers so much loving and beautiful blessings and salutations to all. And he is so excited and so happy to be on this new journey with me and Laura, actually. He wants to give actually a big shout out to Cindy. He says, Cindy, my blessed child. He says, you know where you were in the beginning, and now you know where you are in this middle. And he is extremely, extremely so proud of you that you have taken a lot of your power back. And actually, you've taken your power back. And he's extremely, extremely, he's like almost tearing up. So proud of you.
I second that. I do.
He has actually personal angel messages to everyone, actually. So he's like, I feel like I'm at the Tonys, he says. Like, thank you.
Oh my gosh. You better be watching tomorrow because Josh is gonna
be on. Right? Saturday. So what he's also saying,
Sunday.
Ooh, it got hot in here. What he's also saying, Laura, for those who are connected with higher realms, such as the fairy realm that do exist, he wants to give those to the non-believers that the old age of the old systems are now failing the new energy that's coming in. So the belief systems that you all had are now tumbling before your eyes. Therefore, you're sensing so much chaos within your government, and with other governments are also failing, because the new age wisdom and philosophy is finally making its turn. But as we bring the light further into this world, the darker the path will seem to get. But do not be afraid, loved ones, for this is only a small test of time in your realm.
Hmm.
Time can no longer hold the bounds of which God has made you the light keepers of. Keepers of the light?
Oh wow.
Yay! Oh, sorry. I'm like, oh my god. So he's so sweet. He doesn't like take over fully of me, but anyway. Let's see. He's also. Oh, Lori, he has a message for you. Oh my god, a dog came into my room right now. Like a big golden retriever came into my room.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
Lori! Lori, oh my god. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So,
What?
oh, the golden age. That makes so much sense. I'm sorry, guys, if you think, like,
It,
what is she doing?
I had okay, so for anyone who wants to know about the golden retriever, I had a dream like maybe 2 weeks ago about a golden retriever, and it was really sad because in the beginning I was driving and I passed
Mhm.
a golden retriever on the road, and it was dead, and it had like gotten hit by a car, and it was really sad at first. And so I was really upset, but I was going to this event, and I got there, and it was like a spiritual event, and there was this. They kept talking about this shaman the whole time, and they were talking about how the shaman was coming, and all of a sudden I look over, and this golden retriever walks in, and they're like, "Oh, that's the shaman," and he came right up to me, and he like started like he kind of like noticed that I was upset, and he put his like head on my lap, and he let me like pet him, and I just started like bawling and like crying, and just like and that's like when I woke up, and ever since that I have been seeing golden retrievers everywhere. So like that's just like so funny that like you're like, oh yeah, a golden retriever walks in. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's
I know. I was like,
really
oh my
funny.
gosh. And like, me and my family,
Oh, you're cutting out.
that I know of, we've never had a golden retriever before. So definitely, Laura, this is yours. We've had a
Okay.
Dalmatian.
That's funny.
So actually, Gabriel's talking about the keepers of the light. So this might be a leeway for you, Laura, to channel a message as well. But
Okay.
he says the higher realms are definitely piercing the veil, as you call it. He says he prefers it that way, but for him, it's more like a key going into a door lock or a doorknob, unlocking this door of light. It's finally we're embracing higher thought processes, higher energy, via the media, via more metaphysical passages and pathways. For
Mhm.
him, it's like, so sorry, the message is going to go really, really up high, even for me, a little bit. He's also saying, for those who do not understand, actually, Keepers of the Light, I'll keep that for you, Laura. He is also saying that it's basically the ascended masters who have come in human form and who have actually lived a life before,
Mhm.
either on this realm planet or another planet, such as Atlantis.
Yep. Mhm.
And the keepers of the light are actually the ascended masters of Atlantis mainly. So
Wow.
those who feel a beautiful connection with like third world philosophy, or like he calls it third world, but it's also like Greek mythology, Egyptian. That is actually ascended masters, or actually reincarnations from Atlantis who came to Earth.
Okay, I just got chills
And
because I feel that connection
yeah,
with the Egyptians, with the Egyptian energy, and um, yeah, I believe I've actually had like past lives there, or things like that.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, he's also saying one last thing before I turn it over to you, Laura. He's also saying that with this new beginning of like the golden age, you get it? He's making a joke, the golden retriever age, the lovey-dovey, basically. This is why we're seeing a lot of communities such as like gay pride, the minority community coming out, because they only have love to offer. That's all they wanted. If all
Mm-hmm.
they wanted is happiness and love, but we're shutting it out. And he's telling us as light workers, the job for us as light workers is to really shovel away for that light to just spill forth. There
Right.
are no rules no more of how we do it.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
hmm
Yep.
So he gives blessings, he patting me on the head. Oh, I feel so loved. I
Oh.
hope everybody feels so loved too. As you notice, my mood changes like really, really fast with him. Like, ding! I'm like a puppy with him. Like, oh my god, it's Gabriel. But you go ahead, Laura. I really feel he wants me to tell you to channel the message through the card, so go for it. And I will channel Haniel next.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull
Gabriel?
a card and see who wants to come through. So before I do that, though, I
Yay!
kind of
Sorry, I'm
I want to
doing
talk a
this
little
call.
bit about my connection with the Keepers of the Light and why I feel so kind of drawn to them. So about like 2 months ago, I started getting this channeled message, and it was the first time I actually ever got like a channeled message before, so I didn't really know what it was, but I just felt like I needed to write this all down. So I got this really powerful
Mm-hmm.
message, and I wasn't sure who was coming through. And when I asked who was coming through, they gave me the name, the Keepers of the Light. Now, I had never heard of them before. I had never, done any work with them. And so when I actually looked it up and saw that there was a card deck with the Keepers of the Light, and I saw who they were, um, it actually kind of shocked me because like it was the first time that I had ever really channeled a message. And sometimes you kind of think, oh, this is in my head. Like I'm just kind of like making this up or something. But the
Mm-hmm.
fact that the name actually matched with something that's already there. And so I kind of didn't, I was gonna get the deck, but I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get it at some point. And so they kept like trying to reach me. And I have this friend who actually does live Facebook videos, and she was doing a reading
Mm-hmm.
one time, and she used the deck. She used the Keepers of the Light deck, which is this deck right here. It's such a pretty deck too. Like I love the like front
It's so
cover.
beautiful.
See, it says the Keepers of the Light. And she was using that deck, and I
It's
was
like
like, oh
like
my.
her whole heart chakra is outside.
And then she started talking about them and talking about who they were, and like I'm just like, okay, I get it. I get the message. I need to get that deck. But I still didn't get it. So I actually had a healing session with her, and then I showed up, and literally the deck was sitting right there. And so I just like
Oh my gosh.
I was just like, I'm gonna take that as a sign. So I went and ordered the deck right after that. So I feel like they really have been kind of like wanting me to work with them lately. I feel really connected to this deck. I love it. It's so beautiful too. And as I'm still getting like used to this, I'm gonna read the description first, and then I'm going to channel a message because I'm still getting used to all of the cards in here. So, ooh, okay. This
Awesome.
is exactly what we were talking about. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Kali Ma came, and it's about facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So we're just talking about the ego and talking about how we're kind of dissolving our fears and kind of going into that dark space. So I'm going to read the message, and then I'm going to see what comes through, so I can kind of more familiarize myself with
Yay.
them. Okay. So, Kali Ma is the Hindu goddess of death and rebirth. She brings old
Oh
cycles
my god.
She brings old cycles to an end so we can experience transformation. She is strong, fierce, fiery, and powerful image of the divine feminine. Many have been intimidated by her, but she is a mother energy and therefore completely loving. She's like a fierce mother protecting her child from harm. She has a dark energy like the night, but it consumes fear and leaves only love. Wow, this is like perfect. She is the twin flame.
Well, it's beautiful.
She is the twin flame of God Shiva and has even been known to slay his ego so that he can reveal his true loving self. That's so funny.
We're just
Okay.
talking about that.
That's so great. So it says the extended message is this is the time when you are able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditional that it may be used to operating with fear present. When fear is gone, it may feel as though an emptiness is there, but this is the space for love and miracles to enter. You are being filled with the courage of spirit right now so that you can move past from the phase of your life to the next. Trust the process and call on Kali Ma to help you release your fear and step into a space that's strong and focused and courageous. Wow.
Wow. I was like, wow.
I don't know how a card could be like more dead on than that, but that was just like you know, I'm feeling her energy right now. It's just it really is this fierce, like vivacious, vibrant energy of kind of like it's like that it's the feeling of the kundalini energy when you're doing the ego eradicator, the feeling of the pain, like the painfulness of actually bringing the vulnerability to the surface, but then transmuting it and allowing it to release. So what she's coming in to say is we're going through a period of extreme vulnerability and uncomfortability. So the discomfort that we are feeling is only because of the fears that are coming up. And the thing about fear is that she's holding a snake. I see her holding a snake in her hand. And she literally,
oh my gosh.
she just grabbed the serpent by its head, and she's telling it who's boss. And I feel like that's the energy that's kind of coming in. It's just this like, it's just this feeling of like taking fear and looking it in the eye and saying, I'm not playing anymore. I'm not playing this game. I'm not going to cower to you. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to move away. I'm moving in. And that feeling is so uncomfortable, but we need that uncomfortability. We need the vulnerability. We need that that feeling of letting go of our ego and our fears to be able to actually do the light and to bring the light. Hi, Sherry.
Sherry, hi. You've probably never seen me before.
You actually just missed I was just channeling a message from Kali Ma. It's a very powerful message, so you should definitely watch the replay. It's really powerful and potent to what the energies that are going on right now. So yeah, I feel like she really wants to come. She also wants to give the side of she is the mother. She's like a mama bear. She's very protective and she's very she doesn't want anyone to be in pain, to be fearful. But at the same time, she said that fear is actually an indicator of when we need to step into it, actually. When we actually feel that place of fear, what we tend to do is run away. but we actually need to step into that fear, even if it's scary, even if it's like uncomfortable, because the only way that we're going to actually be able to bring our light in this world is if we step into the fear versus not work
Exactly. You can.
down.
Exactly. Like they say, you cannot be a light in a room full of candles, but you can be a light in the room full of darkness.
Right, exactly.
No worries, Sherry. You're not the only one. I think there's like a big transfer of energy going through like the Earth right now. We're getting hit by like a solar flare.
Right.
That's why we're
I
having
feel like
choppy like internet.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of cutting in and out too sometimes, and like technology, like there's been
Hmm.
different technology things that have been happening like this past week, so it's just yeah, it's been like that. But yeah, that was such a powerful. Oh my God, I love this card. Look at the like she has like skulls on her, like
Oh
that's
my
so
God.
cool.
You know who she reminds me of? Here, like in the border of Mexico, we have the Catarina, and she's like the mama bear of those who pass on, and she's like all about death. And she's like a skeleton. She has like little skeletons around her too. But she represents also the life and birth of one's soul transferring over in the new life. And
Oh,
she reminds me of her so much, even though this is a Hindu goddess, but I wonder if they're like the same. There's a lot of goddesses who are literally the same god or goddess within the same
mhm.
character, but they just have different reincarnations or different how you say different I guess different portrayals of themselves.
Right. Wow.
Right, right, right. But no,
That's
it's so true, girl. Oh my gosh, just like stepping into the light and no, sorry. I was like, this thing pops up on Facebook.
oh.
It's okay, it's okay. But no, it's definitely, it's so true. It's like, right now, it really seems very aggressive. I know we've had, I don't like saying this word, but we've had two passings of two of really amazing, famous celebrities towards suicide, sadly. And the energy, we can't blame everything on energy because there's also personal battles going on, but during this time of shedding the skin, the ego can get that ugly where it literally will tell you like it's over.
Yeah. And you know,
And it's very dark.
and the thing is you know, like that's why you know, people kind of don't want to like don't want to go face their demons, and they have
Hmm.
trouble really knowing what they're feeling, because unfortunately in this world is made to make you believe that you always have to be happy. And the thing about being happy
Yes.
is that it's good to be happy. It's good to be peaceful. It's good to be in a balanced and centered and grounded place. But we also have to,
Hmm.
I think what Kalima is really saying is that we have to make room for the darkness too. Like it's a part of us, and that part of us may be
Yes.
dark and maybe like something that we're afraid of, but it's something that we have to face too, and we can't just tell people that we're okay all the time if we're not, and we can't just say put on a brave face, put on a smile, and act like everything is normal when inside we're hurting. And it's not to say to like give in to the ego and to constantly be negative or to constantly be because that doesn't do you good, or and it does like kind of change the energy, but at the same time you need to be able
Hmm.
to release those things that are inside of you, and that's why tapping and so many different things are so helpful when we're dealing
It
with these
is.
energies. Yeah. So,
It definitely. It's like how do I say this? Definitely embracing those emotions, and you're so right. Like Like a lot of people thought, like, you're such an optimistic person. I'm Sagittarius, so we get that a lot, right? But no
Hmm.
matter what sign you are, I always tell people you still have emotions. And I tell people because a lot of people will say, "Oh, you're like a medium, or you do psychic work. You're connected with angels. You must be happy all the time, even though we're connected with angels." Actually, no. We go through the exact same pain, like a breakup, like just as you do. We're not the superhero. We don't have like this tough skin that a bullet will go through, that a bullet will bounce off. No, well, we pretty much have the same bodily functions too,
And as
and we go through.
at some point, I mean, our empathic abilities and stuff makes us more vulnerable and more sensitive to things, and so we actually feel much more than other people sometimes. So we're the light workers, but we're also
Mm-hmm.
transmuting the dark, and so we're
Mm-hmm.
constantly bombarded with having to face our own shadows so that we can end up
Mm-hmm.
being more of that light in the world. And we're constantly faced with having to try to transmute the dark energies on the planet as well. When things go
Exactly.
wrong, we have to send energy and to try to radiate light and stuff for the planet even more so, because we're trying to transmute all the energy that is the negativity.
Exactly. Actually, I feel like Kali Ma is actually with us right now. I just feel like somebody's like really beautiful, deep presence, and I smell like this really deep oil. I don't have any essential oils in my room right now going on, but I just smell like turmeric in my room. I haven't cooked, so
I feel
I'm
like
pretty
I
sure
feel
this
like
is
it would be that for her. She's
that's
beautiful.
Kali Ma. Yeah, she has a very deep incense oil. She's very beautiful. I would say almost like a black cat, like or a jaguar would be more like her spirit animal.
Oh my God, girl. There was a black cat in my backyard today. I totally just remembered that.
Oh,
And it was
that's
fun.
Kali Ma.
I mean, it was funny because I was just looking out the window and I wouldn't have seen it otherwise, because I was like at this, like, at the certain door that he was like passing by, and I was looking out like the window of the door, and I saw him like pass by, and like we tried to like open the door and like get him to come, but he ran off. But
She's like, oh.
yeah.
That's the thing with black cats. Oh, they're so beautiful. But no, Kali Ma is here actually
Yeah,
with us. So I was
Sherry
actually
Sherry should
gonna.
know about
Haniel has gotten here.
Sherry definitely knows about black cat
Oh,
too. She her
Sherry, yes.
yeah, her cats just had some kittens.
Oh,
Yeah,
kitties.
they're
I love
so
kitties.
adorable. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Little
Now, what would we do with
black
our
kitten.
animals? The kitties?
Yeah, little black kittens. They're so cute. I
Oh
don't know
my
if she's
god. I call them mousies when they're like born. They look like a little black mouse. Like, ah!
aw.
Actually, I'm seeing a vision of a boa constrictor. Wow, okay, thanks. Let's see, a boa
Well,
constrictor.
that's her, because remember I said I saw this, like she grabbed a serpent. Um,
Mm-hmm. Can I see it again? Or is it just saying she's grabbing a serpent? We have to Google like her paintings so she has a boa constrictor.
There, I don't believe there's one on here, but I got a vision
Mm-hmm.
of it when I was channeling her, that she grabbed
What?
a serpent. Like that's like the energy that like she is trying to bring forth, is like facing
Mm-hmm.
fear, is like grabbing a serpent by its head.
Oh wow. Oh, she kind of gave me a really good message. She's like saying many of you have been trained to squash the serpent's head, as in just keep it like shut it up basically forever.
Hmm.
And she says the snake, yes, the snake is the ego. It's like she says it's the flaming ego of that won't stop talking. It keeps its charm. It constricts your creative energy, pretty much all your life flow. But the snake is also there to teach you something, but it's not for you to follow because it leads to a dark hole. Um, So she's saying that, yes, Laura, that we get the snake and we just pat it on the head like that, like snap it, like because she says to get not get angry at yourself, but to get to be strong, to hold your power. She said, don't let anyone tell you less or more of like don't let anyone tell you that you're less of something. You know what I mean? Because they do not know you.
Right.
You're only the keeper of your own life, and you're the leader for others in life.
Mhm.
So she gave me, I guess this was her yesterday, then there was a candle, and basically if you're a teacher, she said, then you hold the burning candle and you light the fires of other people holding their candle, and they pass on their flame.
Oh wow.
So that must be her. She's like, ah. I really like her. She's beautiful. She has really, really dark jet black hair.
Oh wow. Yeah, she does.
Actually, actually
It's
she's
like really
saying
long.
that. Oh my God, those are hibiscus. That's her flower. That's so weird because hibiscus is actually a drink to detox when you have too much in you.
Yep.
That's so weird. I love Kali Ma. She said just call her Kali or Callie. She said she'll respond to both.
Cool. That's awesome.
Callie, thank you, Callie.
That's awesome. Actually, I remember another reader that does Facebook Lives actually really liked Kali Ma as well. She actually, I believe she named her daughter Kali after her. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, she's really
oh
neat.
my God, Kali. She's so beautiful. Oh, I got chills right now. She's like next to me, girl.
That's so cool. That's awesome.
She really does feel motherly. Like, I really feel like she's like the type of person, like the type of mom, like if something really bad happened to you, she would be like not on the phone with the principal. She'll be in the principal's office, like saying, why did this happen?
Yes.
I really feel that's her. She's like in your face kind of thing.
Yeah.
Also, I have Archangel Haniel, and that's my dogs. They're excited that somebody's home. Like, oh my God.
Aw.
Oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you, thank you. I'm like on a high right now. I'm on like a high energy thing. I just like a crown. I did a crown meditation to open up my crown chakra a little bit more so I can channel. So I'm like, wee. For
Yeah.
real. Callie's like, I noticed. Callie's really well grounded though. That's why she's like very assertive. Like you, Laura, she's very like
Mm-hmm.
strong. Like I almost feel like she rides an elephant and has a lion next to her.
Oh my God, girl, I keep getting lions today. Like I keep seeing lions everywhere. And that's like that's
Yes.
energy too. Uh, I
The
feel
Lionsgate girl.
Lionsgate, I think so. Because one of my friends posted she posted that she actually channeled a message and she said that she saw a shadow of a lion in her room. Like she saw
Whoa.
this like big shadow like of a lion. And she posted a picture of the lion. And then I actually saw another post about a lion today too. So I keep getting that message.
Mhm.
So
Sorry, Callie's playing with my hair. She's like, this is like, so sorry.
That's awesome.
No, actually, you're so right because I actually was gonna talk about Azra, but for next time, you know, the spirit lion Azra. Well,
Mhm.
he's my spirit guide, but he's also like he transforms into a regular cat.
Oh, that's cool.
So I know he'll transform into like a tiger striped cat, like a tiger. But no, oh my gosh, that message to Lionsgate. So I'm pretty sure the Lionsgate's gonna open up again. It's
Hmm.
like the ninth round. I know I showed you that message. I still haven't typed it up yet.
Oh,
But I really feel like Callie's like, take another Ascendant Master. So when you pull another card, I'm gonna get Hanyao in here.
do you want me to
Cause she's
pull a
actually
Keepers of the Light?
yes, while you're doing that, I'm gonna get Hanyao real quick.
Okay.
But I thank all spirit and ascendant masters for coming through tonight. So I wanna give them that thanks and praise. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because they're people too. So I didn't want to be like, okay, next subject. I'm like, oh, I came all the way from heaven.
All right. Do you want me to pull my card first, or do you want to get Haniel?
Anya was like, she's messing with my bird, Mr. Bubbles, actually. But I guess, like, my simple message from her is, like, she is, like, the moon, like, a moon goddess. Anya, so she works with, like, cycles. Like, again, like Kali, the beginning and the end. Haniel helps with that and your career. So, but go ahead.
Okay. So let me see who
Yay!
through. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ganesh just came through.
Oh, goodness! Oh my gosh, my Kali was like, pull another Ascended Master. For those who do not know, Ganesh is literally one of the main teachers of my Trinity. Everybody has a Trinity, so you have 3 Ascended Masters for 3 parts of your life. And Ganesh is amazing! Not being biased. I love you all, but Ganesh is like, because I have an elephant, that's what he says. Okay, sorry girl, go ahead.
Okay, it says infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Sherry,
So,
I kind of feel like this is for you, Sherry.
yeah.
Lord Ganesh.
Yeah, I think it is too. Definitely. Let me read the card.
Ganesh.
Okay. So Ganesh, also known as Ganapataye, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is the Hindu
You can call him Tay Tay.
is the Hindu elephant-headed god, the son of Lord Shiva and the goddess Parata Parati. Legend says he received his elephant head, and as a replacement after his father sliced his human head one off, and when he mistook him for an intruder. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ganesh.
Actually, yeah, here's a horrible story.
Oh, really? Ganesh is acknowledged as the Lord
Yeah,
who
it's pretty bad.
removes obstacles and is loved by taxi drivers in India because they believe he helps them to weave in and out of crazy traffic. Ganesh is a sweet-toothed, loving, life-loving, joyful, dancing, and very approachable God. He will use his light to weave a perfect path for you. Aw, that's awesome. So the extended message is, it's important at this time
He's
to be,
amazing.
yeah, he definitely is. It's important at this time to move beyond the limitation of it's not meant to be and focus on if this is for my highest good, then the universe will take me there safely. Ganesh is not only bringing a clear light to your external situation, but also helping you clear up in any inner conflicts. When obstacles arise, know that they are just reminders that you that you care about your path and that you have the ability to change your current situation. Ganesh is here to help you. Thank him for the clearing the way. To increase your connection to him, you want to chant in Sanskrit. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. I think that's how you say it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Something like that. Because I actually do that's very similar to Kundalini, the chanting there. So yeah, that's awesome.
He's with you, actually, girl. He's actually in your room.
Oh my
As
god.
I'm holding my heart, like they were saying.
Talk about the
He's
elephant.
actually in your room. He's like.
Talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, yes, the elephant in the room. Like, excuse me. He's like really handsome. When he transformed into like a human guy, he's like super. He kind of looks like Prince Krishna, a little bit.
Really?
In Indian.
Oh my god, Krishna
Like,
keeps
as
coming
Indian.
up for me too.
I
Christian.
know, he called him a playboy.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Oh, God. Like, oh, goodness, please don't tell me about my boyfriend. He's like giving me messages now. It's a different subject. Anyway,
Um,
um,
so I don't know if you want to channel him or I should.
no, girl, go for it. I've channeled him before, but I will have to say something. He does have a scepter, but I'll talk about his scepter, um, after your message. So how to use it.
Okay. I feel like oh he has such a like wonderful energy. He's just like
Actually,
he's
put your hand on your heart, he said, and like you're gonna connect instantly. There you go.
he's so joyful and loving life. But his story was not always happy, he's saying. So I think the message that he's actually coming in to say is that um, just because somebody is happy on the outside doesn't necessarily mean that they're always happy. And that we as human beings need to honor and respect that others are going through transitions right now, and that just because they appear to be happy on the outside, that we must make sure that they are happy on the inside. Um,
Oh my
because
gosh.
because this light that is coming through is affecting everyone on this planet, and his past was not always that wonderful. His he actually had he had a lot of trauma. I mean, his he was beheaded, so that that ends up being something that is very traumatic to someone. But basically, he has found that in the pain through once he got through the pain, once he got through all of that, he was much more full of life, and that he learned how to transmute the darkness and transmute all of the trauma and the things that had happened to him in order to be in the light. So really what he's coming in and saying is actually about what's going on with the energies and with the celebrities, what's going on with all of that right now, with all of that, and just feeling
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, on the outside, everyone looked fantastic, and all of their friends said, you know, if you met them, if you talked to them, they were the happiest people alive. And the thing is
Right.
sometimes the happiest people end up hiding what they're really feeling inside, because they want to be perceived out on the outside as well put together, and as having this fantastic life. So not
Right.
to bring like a be like a downer for like this conversation, but um he is a really joyful person, but and normally he would come
Mm-hmm.
in with a message that is more uplifting and joyful, but he really
Mm-hmm.
needed to say this right now, because it's really important at this time to check in with your loved ones, and a simple
Mm-hmm.
hello, a simple you know, like a simple hello from a stranger can make somebody's day. A simple hello from your friend who you haven't talked to in a while, just to make sure that they're doing okay. It's really important,
Mm-hmm.
this energy.
Definitely, girl. That's like such a beautiful message. I really, really feel like, yeah, it's like you're so right. Actually, while you were doing that, I saw an elephant that was shot in the head, but actually, it was from an article. Um, it was actually in the news about an elephant that came for help because he was shot in the head, and it was in so much pain. So the African workers, they're called guardians, went and rescued the elephant. Of course, sedated him and got the bullet out and sent the elephant on its way. But the elephant actually went for help, a wild one.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
It was amazing, and that's how people are. I think Ganesh is actually saying that people have the stubbornness of a bull elephant.
Mm-hmm.
That some of us want, some of us need help, but we're so afraid that it's like so bad within us. Like it almost feels like it's incurable, such as depression. Depression is curable, and it takes some time though, and we're just so afraid about reaching out for help because people are thinking, oh no, you're not mentally sane, or because there's a reason for the depression. You just don't
Right.
become depressed overnight, you know what I mean? It's like there is a reason, there's something usually that triggers it. And so it's such a beautiful message you brought through, though. It's so true. And like he was saying, he didn't always have a happy beginning, because if you think of like Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade, they were like really well off. Anthony Bourdain traveled the world, and actually he was in India, which is kind of interesting. You brought up Ganesh because Anthony Bourdain loved India a lot, and he always studied about the cultures, the food. Yeah, so it's kind of where you brought up Ganesh for that, and then Kate Spade, of course, she was so well off. She had like a whole line of like
Mhm.
products, and she was a fashion designer in New York, like
If you actually look,
living the dream.
if you look at this picture, there's a lot of jewelry. There's a lot of like it's very like he's very decorated and very like ornate, you know. And there's a lot of
There's the
jewels.
scepter girl.
Mm-hmm. So cool.
Oh my God, there's the scepter, guys.
Yeah, so
But yes, he's like, this is beautiful. Oh my God.
mm-hmm.
But I really need to share this awesome technique with everybody. It's not for me to keep. I mean, it's for me to use, but it's for everyone to use. And that's why he's prosperous. He says, you only become prosperous once you spread the seed of love, because then you are everywhere. And therefore, you are prosperous in the most eternal life force ever. That's the ultimate prosperity you can have.
Aw.
And it's beautiful. I love Ganesh. For real, for real. If I was an ascended master, I would hit on him probably. Like, hey.
You're so
But right? But no, he's like, oh God. But no, okay, so there a long time ago, maybe like 6 months, or really a long time ago, he actually gave me a scepter after watching what's that movie called? Oh, The Little Princess.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
called, do you remember The Little Princess? And she's from
Yeah,
India,
I love
and
that.
her father's from India.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a beautiful message. And Ganesh was actually watching that with me, and actually after that movie ended, um, what's it called? Secret Garden played afterwards, which is also from India.
My
She came
gosh.
from India, but they're two different little girls.
Mm-hmm.
One came from a beautiful start with her daddy. She lost everything, regained everything. The other one came from a horrible upbringing because she had everything. You get it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then she lost everything, kind of, and then she gained something through, of course, gardening with the earth. But oh my gosh, so Ganesh is like saying, now the scepter. So as you saw on the card, Ganesh has scepter, and this scepter is also a metaphor for transmuting energy into like just chaotic energy into positive energy. Ganesh is an elephant, and his symbol is the elephant. And he crashes through the forest. He doesn't let anything get in his way. And just like the scepter, you can imagine a scepter wherever you are, even if you're not feeling good, or you're in a bad situation, if you're on the road feeling nervous, you can literally point the scepter, imagine one in your hand, and call upon God and the Ascended Masters and Ganesh to activate the scepter and clear the road. It'll clear the anxiety within you. And this will do miracles in your life. If you want to travel to Europe, say, Ganesh, clear the obstacles for travel, and boom, you're on your way to Europe. I know it sounds too good to be true, but it really is true. When you feel like things are all gone and hope is all lost, Ganesh is that elephant, and God, of course, with the God energy within him, he uses that to transmute negative energy into positive, loving energy. So use the scepter, guys. Everyone can use it. It's amazing that it's just like, yeah, it's just as like in the painting. They forgot to put more sparkles on it, but
Wow.
it's really pretty. It's a very pretty scepter. You can use this on your loved ones if they're sick as well to clear the energy of sickness. Those are usually obstacles, and he's just right there for you. He wants only the best. So use that scepter and Laura's message with it.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
I know. I already tell you, Laura, you're like, I'm going to use it tonight, yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds really
Yeah, Ganesh is like my PBJ, like, fist bump. But
good. That's so cool.
no,
Yeah.
Ganesh is just amazing. So yeah, everybody go watch Secret Garden and The Little Princess.
Yes, those are really good movies too.
They are, no matter how old you get, it's just like, it stays with you, like, I want to be the little princess. Like, no, you don't, really, you don't.
Aw. No,
Like, that's actually a good story.
it is. It really is. No,
Yes.
I used to love The Secret Garden. I used to like I used to pretend I used to have a garden in my backyard
Mhm.
and I'd pretend it was the secret garden.
Oh my gosh, same here. I'm like, like, how you gonna meet the truth?
Uh,
No, oh my goodness. But no. I also have Han Yao with me. I just want to check the time so we don't go before midnight. We can end at midnight.
okay, yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
Han Yao's message is pretty short. It's kind of similar to Ganesh. So it's really focusing on the ego. It's really focusing on shadow work. So Hanya has a total different energy. And if you want to pick up on her energy too, if you're watching Laura, just put your hand on your heart. And she has actually a really pretty pink, almost like a sherbet pink and orange aura. So she's like
Aw,
so pretty. I love her. She's like,
yeah.
I am the goddess. She's a goddess angel. I really love her. Let's
Oh
see.
my gosh. Yeah, she does have really good energy.
She's so pretty. She's so shy. She actually has a paintbrush in her hand. She was just finishing painting, actually, something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mhm. Oh, she painted a white elephant. How cute.
Oh my
That
God.
goes well. A white elephant. So there's a message with that. So,
White. Um, you're just talking about like the horse that was white
mm-hmm.
and the purity.
Let's see. It's a lot of purity. Yeah, you're so right. Oh my God. She has a different energy. Even my energy's changing with her. She's more.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I just got like sleepy when she came in. Like,
Yeah, she's the moon goddess. So she's like the sleepy goddess. You feel the energy change completely.
mm-hmm.
It just went from like really warm to like cool.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, oh, she's like, hi, Ganesh. Oh, she has like medals for everyone. She says like everyone did a good job. Oh, here's her message. Okay. Oh, she wants me to just transfer the message. Okay, so she says, hello, greetings to everyone, to all the blessed starseed children of planet Earth. She is so happy and so excited that all of you have decided to just broadcast this, and she's just so proud of us. She almost sounds British.
Aw.
Let's see. Oh, she's also saying she really wants to kind of get down to business though, so she's making her introduction short. So her name is Hanyel, Archangel of the Light of the Moon. She brings transfer of energy for love and career. So if you're feeling stuck in your career, she helps you step up your A game like 10 times, like doo-doo. And she also helps with your love life. She wants to heal past relationships as well that didn't go so right and left a lot of scar tissue, she said. So
Mhm.
she actually showed me a pair of knives. And she said a lot of us want to just cut that. She's going to be kind of graphic, but she says a lot of us just want to cut that extra scar tissue off of us, like if it wasn't never there. But we actually are doing more damage to our bodies, to the bodies
Right.
of ourselves. She says, have you ever looked in the mirror and just said, oh my gosh, I have like a giant belly, and you just want to get a pair of scissors and just chop it off? It's like horrible. Actually, Hanyel. Like, are you Hanyel? Yeah, she's Hanyel. But she's like, I have to be kind of assertive, she said, because it's the truth, and that we need to face the truth, no longer needing to judge the truth of how it's said. Nicely said.
Mhm.
She's also saying that we have those things, but we're being too rough with ourselves. She said, again, like in the beginning, we're too hard on ourselves. And that's when the ego becomes out of control because we want control.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
because she's like with the cycles of the moon, she said that when we came into the Sagittarius energy, we kind of thought, woohoo, we're going to have fun and like things are going to go so great. But the thing is, a lot of people forgot that Sagittarius is a philosopher and that it's about teaching, not much about partying.
Yes.
I know. And with the Gemini energy, she said that really put a bipolar twitch on everybody's noses. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm happy. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm mad.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's
No,
like
that's-
anxiety. Yay.
Anxiety.
For real.
Oh my
A
god.
twitch on the nose. I like that. And she's also saying that she kind of like almost apologizes that we have to kind of go through this really messy spaghetti like emotions because of the energy.
Mhm.
So they kind of, I know angels they don't feel pain, but they see us go through pain and they pick up on it, though they never experienced it. So they feel bad, actually. It's almost like watching your best friend tumble down a mountain, but you can't help them.
Oh no.
It's like, oh God, oh no. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that was nasty. They're going to feel that in the morning. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's pretty much how angels see us, you know, and much worse, actually. They see a lot worse. But, what she's also saying is that she keeps telling me the moon. Okay, so with the moon cycle, she says everything is a cycle. Everything is a circle. She says we've been taught this since The Lion King came out, did a good job of it. The circle of life.
The circle of life. I want to sing that.
I know, exactly. We should try out for American Idol Girl Boss. But no, for real, she's very, Hanya's very goofball. But still, she says everything has a cycle. So this energy of Gemini, which is the twin energy, which is why we're feeling the twin flame come on in pretty strong, like, yeah, baby.
Mhm.
But also feeling the bipolar moods and with Sagittarius. So it's like spiking up the fruit punch at the prom. It's like, I thought this was supposed to be fun, but I'm feeling dizzy.
Actually, that's
You know what I mean? It's like it's actually really bad, and that's why we're feeling kind of bipolar. So if anyone's been feeling a little bit bipolar is a serious thing. So please also see a doctor if you've just been going on a little bit longer than the month.
Mhm.
But if you've been feeling bipolar lately within the past 2 weeks, you're okay. You're mentally sane. It's normal. It's gonna pass.
I was feeling like that a lot this past couple weeks. It's just like 1 minute you're stepping into your light, and then the next minute all your darkness comes out and your ego goes, who are you to be stepping into your power and be light? And it's kind of like our ego is just like, it's like fighting ourselves. We're having a battle with our mind right now, and with our ego and our higher self. And so we're trying to transmute the energy of the ego, but the ego doesn't like when it's being told what to do. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Just like Kali when she's holding the snake. The snake does not like to be quiet. He wants to bite everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah, it's like it's your fault this happened. Bite, 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 bite.
yep.
So
Exactly.
a lot. So oh my gosh. So Hanya's message. I know Hanya's like everywhere. Was the energy too? She's high energy. Um, she's also saying. Actually, she has a message for you, Laura. But I'll make it for a message for everyone. It's about the moon cycles and that because of the Sagittarian moon, that at first life is kind of looks like a carnival ride, a carnival place. She said, like
Mhm.
everybody's like, woohoo, it's gonna be so much fun until you get on the ride, and then the horror sets in place. Cause it's like, wait, am I buckled in? How long is the ride? Wait a minute, I'm by myself? No.
Yeah.
So she's like trying to say like life is an amusement park, and it can be fun or it can be very sickening. And she just wants to be very blunt. Actually, I've never heard of Hanyo being so blunt before, but this is her.
I think
So
that
she's saying that
they're all coming in with very blunt energy. Um,
yeah, they are right. They're just like telling us like they're not gonna sugarcoat it.
mhm.
They're
Yep.
being really nice about it. She says, "Think about it getting an ejection. I gotta give it to you, though it's not nice."
Mhm.
Exactly. So her last ending message is that she wants to send love to everybody, and she's really healing the feminine divine energy within everybody because right now, the energy depressed, like almost like being depressed, the energy is coming in really strong about depression. Like
Mhm.
it's really wonky, it's sad. It's like if you're more tired than usual or sad and grumpy than usual,
Yes.
that's the depressed energy coming in.
Mhm.
But
I've
that's her message. You guys loved everybody.
I've noticed that with a lot of people too, like just like feeling like extra like sad or like upset lately.
Hmm.
And like as an empath, you're like, I want to fix everyone and heal everyone, but we can't, unfortunately. And that's gonna
Exactly.
burn us out. And we have to realize that they have to go through the shadow and they have to deal
Exactly.
with their own issues. Only we're only responsible for ourselves, and we really have to we ourselves have to transmute the energy. Um,
Hmm.
and we have to learn,
Exactly.
but there are tools and there is help. There are people that can help, and you're not alone doing this either.
Exactly. Exactly. And before like we end, I know we have 10 minutes left before midnight over here in one your time.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to take a reading with Laura, if you want to do that, or like life coach, you're an awesome, amazing life coach. Please feel free to take Laura or myself, which I'm not a life coach. I'm just a medium, but I'm not doing any mediumships until around the beginning of July. But if you want to do that, we're totally available.
Yes. So I'll explain
Yes,
a little
and
bit about
sharing too.
what I do.
Yes,
So
go for it, Laura.
I am an assertive life coach. So what I do is I help people learn to set healthy boundaries. I help them learn
Mm-hmm.
to step into their own power and take their own power back when they've kind of felt like they need to fix or heal other people. So I actually help a lot of people that have codependency, and a lot of people don't really understand what codependency is. Codependency is more
Mm-hmm.
about that you want to help and fix other people outside of yourself, and that you're
Mm-hmm.
giving your energy away all the time, and you don't know how to say no, and you don't know how to like be more assertive and stand in your power. So oftentimes these people get taken advantage of by toxic people, and these
Mm-hmm.
energy vampires, as I like to call them, end up preying upon people that are codependent or empathic, because they're so giving and they're so caring. So that's kind of the clientele that like I'm looking for is somebody that is willing to do the work. They're willing to work on themselves. They're also willing
Mm-hmm.
to learn to stand up for themselves, and they're willing to actually take the responsibility for themselves. So I do offer sessions. I offer a
Mm-hmm.
3 month and a 6 month coaching package, and I will actually link my website below. Let me give me a second, and I
Yay! And before we end the night, will you pair us another light, the Keepers of the Light card as an ending message?
give me 1 second. I'm gonna post my website.
Awesome sauce.
Let me just pull it up for a sec, and then I can
Mm-hmm.
copy and paste it, and then I will pin it to the post. Okay.
Yay!
All right.
I hope everybody's doing great, by the way, tonight. Thank you so much for joining us and sticking with us.
Yeah, let me pin the post. And there's my website. So if you go on that website, you will actually see a link to get a free clarity session with me. And I will let you know exactly what I do and what I offer in my coaching. Yeah, so, and also,
And guys, you should take her. It's amazing.
Angel is also a really great reader and healer and channeler,
Oh.
and she's amazing too. So if you want like card readings and like all of that kind of stuff, definitely definitely look into what she offers too, 'cause she's so awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we're all here for each other. Like lately, we've just been seeing so much hate towards other people lately, like in either the business realm, the friendship realm. Like we've just been seeing a lot of people trying to attack each other because not just because of the energy, but just because of this old systematic beliefs that they need to be higher. There's this certain type of belief that in order to feel good about yourself, you need to think that you're better than others. And we're all here to help each other. Like if you help somebody, you accomplish one of the biggest things that people sometimes never accomplish at all in their life. So it's an amazing feeling when you do help one person in this world.
Exactly. Aw, thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy. Oh, that's beautiful. Let me put some hearts. Yay! Feel the love, everybody. But no, it's amazing, that me and Laura are not the only, light workers out there. There's many others who are not awakened yet. And some of them, are just hiding. Hey, Sherry!
Welcome
I
back.
also heard Sherry's amazing, too.
Yes, Sherry is also really gifted. She offers a lot of different readings, and she's also a medium. So if you guys are interested, definitely think about having her. I don't know where Marion. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Sherry. Oh no, I don't know if I hope she pops back in. I think her internet went down. But yeah, we're gonna end the video soon. But yeah, Sherry is also she's an amazing psychic and a medium, and she offers a lot of different type of readings and stuff. So if you're interested, definitely reach out to her as well. I'm not sure if Angel is coming back. I don't know if she lost connection. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes to see if she comes back in the group. Yeah, so let's see. I think I'm gonna pull one more card, and I'll get that ready while she is connecting. I don't know if her phone died or what happened, but okay. I was like, what happened? I don't see the thing to bring you on camera now. Okay. Okay, now I'm adding you. Okay.
Yeah! I don't know what happened. It was really silent. No!
Okay, I pulled another card. Are you still there? Are you
Yeah,
there?
I'm still here. It's like
Okay.
just a really bad connection. I don't know. My angel were like say like, Marion, go to bed.
Oh. Yeah. We'll
For
have
real.
a few minutes though. But I pulled one more card, and it's Kuthumi, the Cloak of Wisdom.
Katumi. Katumi.
Yeah, you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. He's really cool.
Oh my god, Katumi! Holy heck.
That's awesome. He looks really
It's
cool. Oh,
amazing.
and the snake. Look at the snake around the.
Oh wait, where is the snake?
It's the around the edges. See it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see it. Holy heck.
That's so cool. Okay, let me read him. Okay. All right. Have a good night, Sherry.
Have a good night, Sherry.
Kathumi. Let me see. Kathumi, pronounced Kutumi, what it is an ascended, oh no, Marion left, is an ascended master who appears as a well-dressed Indian man with a golden aura. His teachings were brought to the world by Madame Blavatsky in the 19th century. There are many different theories as to his true identity. Many believe he was a wandering man, known as Rishi in India, dedicated to walking the path of spirit with very few material possessions. Others believe him to have been a well-educated shiki. I really am bad at pronouncing these things. Spiritual leader who has given a pseudonym to protect his true identity. I believe that he lived a high life, but through spiritual practice was able to let go of his need for material possessions. Now he helps light workers go beyond the limits they set by others and cultivate a personal connection to God. Knowledge is learned. Wisdom is remembered. You are in a real cloak of wisdom now. Like Kuthumi, you have been on a wandering path, trying to find answers through study and the insight of others, but now you are uncovering the truth of your own soul. Your soul is leading the way, and you're being encouraged to follow. The fog is clearing. The light has come, and it is shining for you. Your soul is saying yes. It's your cheerleader. Follow it and trust the endless wisdom within you. Go, go, go. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I feel like here I'm gonna try to bring Angel back on camera. Because we're gonna before I give the message. Hey!
I'm
We keep
back,
getting
sorry.
disconnected.
I
Okay.
know. There's too much light in one room. Haha, you get it.
I know, right? I feel like I don't know if you heard the message, but I feel like he's coming in to really bring us light. Like he's helping us learn to step into our power and step into our light and transmute all the darkness that we're kind of facing right now.
Exactly, girl. Oh my goodness. He's actually popped up this week for me personally. Like, he's really, really, like, I really feel that song. Do I really, 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 really like you? For real. I really feel that he's been telling us that lately, like, I know on Instagram, a lot of, like, people are like, oh, I want this, or Pinterest, I need this, and it's I know it's a small material thinking or a way of thinking like materialism, but to be honest, it's a very big mass consumption of our lives. Like, oh, I need this, I need that. But to be honest, it's gotten to the point where it's so bad that we look. I know we're using like Facebook, of course, and social media, but we're not really paying attention to actually people anymore. Like the world has
Right.
gone tech, and it's good to use technology. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just really have dominated the social field when the social field is about observing, being kind and loving, and not needing like, oh well, I need this bottle of champagne to feel good, instead of just being with friends and having a good laugh.
Oh, good night,
Oh,
Cindy.
good night, Cindy. As in Dutch or Flemish, so sleep well. I'm learning Flemish. I know my boyfriend's teaching me.
That's awesome.
I know. I learned how to say ik hou van jou. It means I love you.
Oh, cool.
I know. But
Aw.
no, it's like those little moments with people learning things instead of being materialistic. I mean, of course, you need clothes so you won't be naked. You need food to survive, and you need water, and you need shelter. We get it. Like you need a blanket and a pillow because of your back, and things like that, the necessities. But we kind of overdo it, and I have to like point the finger at myself because I find myself overdoing it. Like I need this, I need that, and being
Mm-hmm.
spiritual. It's kind of like what Jesus said. You have to leave everything behind and come with me,
Right.
and that's a big thing. But actually, what Jesus was saying. You cannot fall in love with this world because you are not of this world. You have to awaken. You have to remember. That's what he was trying to tell people. But he came at a time where it was a bit different. The message was little different, but it still rings true today.
Right.
It's really big. And it's such a beautiful message to end the night on, because if you think about it, it's just like we're going to bed right now for the most of us who are watching this, or who are gonna watch this or waking up. But it's just a beautiful message to end on, that we're all here for a beautiful divine reason, and that you're not alone on this journey, on this beautiful spiritual journey called life, like Princess. This beautiful spiritual journey called life. But it's really about understanding what we need spiritually, because when we understand spiritually what we need, then we can physically know what we want
Mm-hmm.
clearly. You know,
Exactly.
because usually I have that trouble too, where when something bad happens to me, I notice like I'll go shopping, like just to. It's actually, the shopping is not to fill in the void, but it's just to escape the thinking process.
Right. And I
Right.
think that this period is also about so many people usually choose to escape, and instead of facing their fears and facing the ego and facing what's lying underneath, they choose so many
Mm-hmm.
different things to be able to escape. They choose sometimes people use food, sometimes people use alcohol, sometimes
Yes.
people use drugs. It's addiction can run in many different forms, and really what addiction really entails is really trying to escape the egoic mind. And
Exactly.
really, when we kind of learn to embrace it and face it, it actually isn't as scary as we thought it would be. And we can start to lessen, oh, I'm feeling like socially anxious right now. Let me just like have a few
Mm-hmm.
drinks, and then I can go up and do karaoke. And
Yeah,
like,
exactly. No.
just like so many people are like, oh, let me like maybe I'll have more of a like ambition to be able to do this thing if I take this thing, or like
Mm-hmm.
but we don't need that. We don't need that. We can do it on our own, and we don't really need anything to try to to suppress those feelings. Yeah.
Exactly, girl. It's like you're so right on, and like you brought so many beautiful messages, and like this is my teaching guide. I do have my associates in teaching, so my teaching thing, or my teaching tip for everyone to go home with tonight is that build up the people that you love. Like don't give like how you say, blank compliments, like oh you're so pretty, but you don't mean it. But give comments that come from the heart, as Gabriel says, put your heart where your mouth is. Imagine,
Mhm.
just put your heart chakra where your throat chakra is, you would speak so much differently. So I want everybody, like, just go, like, if you're at home tonight, tomorrow morning, say something beautiful about yourself. If you cannot find something beautiful about someone else, say something beautiful about yourself. Just one thing. And concentrate throughout the whole day, because you'll see a transformation in your life little by little.
Mhm.
That I
Exactly.
really feel like actually, he just gave me that advice right now. Sorry.
That's
As one of
awesome.
my professors says, great teachers steal things from other great teachers. But credit, but due credit.
Mhm. Yep,
Yes, but
exactly.
I don't know what you want to end on, Laura, but it was a beautiful message. I'm going to be like hopping off though, but I was so happy to see everybody. Our first Facebook Live with each other.
I wanna thank everyone for coming. And I wanted to like thank Angel for being able to share all these messages. And
No, thank
you
you,
know,
Laura.
I think we had such a really good time. And maybe we could like make this more of like a regular thing then.
Yeah, we definitely can put polls up. You guys are the audience. You tell us what you would like to know, what we do not want more to know, and what we can always do to better improve ourselves, of course, but nicely. Not like it
Right.
annoys me. Like healthy critique, professional critique. Like maybe the video quality. We probably can't control that too much, but we can do little things in order to make the experience a bit more enjoyable or understandable.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
your opinions are much needed. And if you
Mm.
have a topic you want us to address, either Laura or me, or together, two is better than one, woohoo! Um, it's like, we're all for it. Of course, we have to agree. So, and
Mhm.
Sherry is also the head owner of this page, so we have to give Sherry, round of applause.
Yay!
It's Sherry,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. I don't
And
know
you
if
too,
I
Laura.
think she hopped off. I
She
think she
hopped
hopped
off.
off but yeah, we're actually gonna try to collaborate and make a two-person video with her. We're trying to kind of figure the logistics of that out, but we're gonna try to get that up and running too. So yeah,
Awesome. So
yeah,
comment, like, and like put the little notification button on because it will be back.
yep, exactly.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I will
well,
say namaste from Tejas.
namaste. Thank you guys
Namaste.
so
Good night
much.
to all.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, Laura. Sending much love to you too, girl.
Aw, you too. All right.